They left behind bodies, letters, and terrified cities. Some taunted the police. Some vanished without a trace. And despite decades of investigation, their identities remain officially unknown. Today we're counting down 7 serial killers who were never caught. Number 7, the Alphabet Killer. In the early 1970s, 3 young girls were murdered in Rochester, New York. What made the case especially disturbing was the pattern. Each victim's first and last name began with the same letter: Carmen Colon, Michelle Maenza, Wanda Volkovich. Their bodies were discovered in similar conditions, leading investigators to believe the same person was responsible. Police interviewed multiple suspects over the years, including a man who allegedly confessed to details only the killer would know. Yet there was never enough evidence to secure a conviction. To this day, the Alphabet Killer's identity remains officially unsolved, and many believe there may have been more victims. Number 6, the Doodler. San Francisco, mid-1970s. A man would approach his victims at bars, sketch their portraits, and later murder them. Because he often drew before attacking, the press gave him a chilling nickname, the Doodler. At least 5 men were killed. Some survivors later identified a suspect. But here's where it gets complicated. Several victims were prominent professionals who did not want their identities publicly revealed due to the stigma surrounding sexuality at the time. Without their testimony, prosecutors lacked the evidence needed to move forward. The case went cold. The Doodler was never officially identified, and may still be alive today. Number 5, the Cleveland Torso Murderer. During the 1930s, a series of gruesome discoveries shocked Cleveland, Ohio. Dismembered remains were found in and around the city. Many victims were never identified. The killer became known as the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run. Even Eliot Ness, famous for taking down Al Capone, led the investigation. Despite massive efforts, interrogations, and multiple suspects, the murders were never conclusively solved. The killer simply stopped. Whether he died, moved away, or was imprisoned for another crime, no one knows. Number 4, the Monster of Florence. Between 1968 and 1985, couples in secluded areas near Florence, Italy were attacked. The crime sparked nationwide fear. Investigators pursued multiple suspects over the years. Several individuals were arrested and even convicted, but controversy surrounded the trials. Many believe the true mastermind was never identified. The case became one of Italy's most infamous unsolved mysteries. To this day, debate continues over who was truly responsible. The case became one of Italy's most infamous unsolved mysteries. To this day, debate continues over who was truly responsible. Number 3, Bible John. Late 1960s, Glasgow, Scotland. 3 women were murdered after nights out at the Barrowland Ballroom. Witnesses described a man who quoted from the Bible and spoke about morality, earning him the nickname Bible John. He was described as charming, well-dressed, and soft-spoken. Police conducted one of the largest investigations in Scottish history. Thousands were interviewed. No arrest was ever made. Some investigators believe he may have changed his identity or left the country. More than 50 years later, his true identity remains unknown. Number 2, the Zodiac Killer. Northern California. Late 1960s. The Zodiac Killer didn't just murder. He wrote letters to newspapers. He sent cryptograms. He demanded front-page coverage. In one letter, he claimed responsibility for 37 murders, though only 5 were officially confirmed. One of his ciphers remained unsolved for over 50 years before being cracked in 2020. It revealed disturbing messages, but no name. Over the decades, multiple suspects have been investigated. None were conclusively linked through definitive evidence. The Zodiac case remains officially open, and the question still lingers. Was he someone ordinary hiding in plain sight? Number 1, Jack the Ripper. London, 1888. In the dark streets of Whitechapel, at least 5 women were murdered in what became one of history's most infamous crime sprees. The killer taunted authorities with letters signed, Jack the Ripper. The murders triggered international panic and media frenzy. Hundreds were questioned. Numerous suspects emerged: doctors, butchers, royalty, even artists. But no definitive proof ever surfaced. More than a century later, historians and criminologists still debate his identity. Jack the Ripper remains perhaps the most famous unidentified serial killer in history. Some killers were caught. Some confessed. But these cases remain open chapters in criminal history. Which of these mysteries do you think will ever be solved? Let me know in the comments. And if you're fascinated by unsolved crimes and hidden truths, Subscribe to CrimeLens Stories for more deep dives into the world's most disturbing cases. Because sometimes, the scariest stories are the ones without endings.